Hey guys, it's Wayne Johnson with our first episode of Wednesdays with Wayne, the very first podcast. We got a kind of a strange show, I guess, today. We got a little late start of getting out of Tuttle, Oklahoma, so we're actually doing this in the semi, headed to Volusia County, headed down I-20. We're actually, I'm going to say we're in Louisiana somewhere, about Monroe, I'm going to guess. But this podcast is really just, the first one's going to be more about just getting to know us and as a team and the driver and the crew guys and basically what we're getting ready to tackle here this year. You know, for the viewers that really don't know who I am, you know, I'm a sprint car driver that I've been doing this a long time. I think this is the 32nd race season that I've raced cars for a living. We're gonna tackle the World of Outlaw Tour this year. I think the schedule has about 79 races on it, and I'm considered a rookie. Don't really consider myself as a rookie. I've been doing this a really long time, but just never had the opportunity to go full-time World of Outlaw sprint car racing. Got to really thank Todd and Kelly Carlisle. They're the car owners of the 2C team. To be able to give us the opportunity to do this. Got to thank those guys a lot. But got here today in the truck. You know, I got my couple of crew guys here. I got Connor Nelson, which if you know me very well or whatever, you're going to get a nickname if you hang out with me very long. And we call him Slippy. Behind the wheel here, we got John Ivey, which we call him John Boy. So we're going to have them chime in a little bit today to, you know, just on their thoughts of what what they're excited about or you know, I guess maybe what they're not excited about with this deal. But we're going to have a good time with it. We're going to do it about 20-25 minutes here. And if you can hear a little road noise, I apologize for that because we were planning on doing this back at the shop. But, you know, with us traveling all year long, I'm assuming we're going to probably do more than one of these in the truck. So we might as well do the very first one. We kind of live in this truck anyway. A lot of miles up and down the road, but I'm gonna get started with a little bit about myself. You know, I grew up in Oklahoma City, racing at State Fair Speedway, racing for my dad, Henry. I had a couple of brothers that raced before me also, Bud and Mike. We all were pretty successful there at Oklahoma City and moved on from the local scene, I guess, somewhere around 92. Started traveling a little bit and been doing this for a really long time. So I drove for a lot of really good car owners throughout the years, and then not going to name them all, but really to this day I still have a relationship with just about 99% of them. So I feel like that's one of the reasons that I've been able to stay in this sport as long as I have without burning bridges and making really good friends. But now we'll just talk about, I guess, what we got going on this year. You know, we've been racing 360s for about the last, I'm going to say 10 years full time, traveling from coast to coast with the ASCS series. And been pretty successful, won quite a few races, been in the top 5 in points just about every year that we ran full time. We embarked last year towards middle of the season that we're just going to concentrate on 410 racing, and went to Pennsylvania for the first time in probably, I'm going to say 20 years of not being able to go out there. Got to go back to the Grove and to Port Royal, and so looking forward to getting back out at those racetracks or whatever. And you know, looking forward to getting back to California with the Outlaws. I've been out there a few times at Chico and Tulare, and you know, we've had some success. Really looking forward to going to Lawton, Oklahoma, which is basically one of my home tracks that the Outlaws are going to be there for the first time in I don't know how many years. So really looking forward to going back there. You know, it's going to be a tough deal. I know for sure this is the major league or the NFL of sprint car racing. So I know that it's going to be definitely tough, but I think we're up for the task. My biggest goals, I would say, you know, definitely a goal would be to win a race, but biggest goal is just to go and be competitive, and week in and week out learn and just get better as we go. I think if we just keep focused with what we think we can do, and I feel like we can maybe pull off a win by the end of the year. Maybe one sooner than that. I don't know, but if we could just be competitive and run in the top 10 consistently, I think that that would be definitely a goal of ours right now. And then just if we could do that, I definitely think a win will eventually come. Just all the stars will have to line up for sure. But, I guess I would probably could say that I'm going to be the oldest guy out here. I'm not sure exactly how old the oldest guy other than me is, but at 48, I know these guys a lot of them are in their early 20s and mid-20s. And I know Jason Sides is in his mid-40s. I think Schatz maybe. So I'm not that much older than those guys. But been really focusing a lot in the last 3-4 months on my health and being physically fit, eating well, just doing the best I can with that. And I feel like I'm probably in the best shape that I've been since maybe high school days, when I actually went to the gym and worked out and spent a lot of time in the wrestling gym. So really looking forward to seeing what I can do at Volusia here with just feeling better, a little bit lighter on my feet, and just ready to race. There's been a long off season for some reason, and I think it's just because we've been really gung-ho about getting on the road and doing this. I'm missing one crew guy that I'm not getting to talk about. I guess I should go back to that real quick. His name is Kenny Nolan. He's from Australia, from Melbourne area. We call him Bush Kenny. Again, there's a nickname, but he's not with us now. He'll land in the States mid-April and then be with us for about 4 months. So I didn't want to forget him, and I kind of thought I kind of did there for a minute. But anyway, if you guys know the 2C racing team, you know that kind of a fixture of our team has been O'Connor Nelson, Slippy. I don't like calling him Connor, though, because that don't sound right. It sounds weird, but I think he's worked for the team now for about 8 or 9 years or something like that. And he's riding along here, probably playing with his phone like normal. He doesn't do much but play on his phone going down the road. So, Slip, what do you got to add to maybe what you're looking forward to or what you're not looking forward to for this season?
Oh, just a bunch of the new tracks that I've never been to. There's a couple on the schedule that I've always wanted to go to that we've never been to, so that's kind of exciting. And then go to tracks that we've been successful at with the 360 and see where we compare with some of the best guys in the business with the 410, where I think we're one of the best in the 360 at those tracks. So should be a fun year.
What racetracks are you really looking forward to getting to?
Grand Forks and Peevely, Missouri. Those are my two favorite that I've never been to.
Well, how are they your favorite if you've never been to them?
Bucket list that
okay.
Bucket list races that I've watched that I've never been to.
All right. Well, I didn't realize you'd never been to Peevely or Grand Forks, either one. But, yeah, you're in for a treat. Those are both really nice racetracks. It's been a while since I've been to either one of them. I think the Fat Fro car back in the mid 2008, 7s, 10s, something like that. I can't remember. But and Grand Forks is going to go all the way back to right around 2001 or 2 when we ran the Gum Out series. So been a while. Definitely really cool racetrack. So what racetracks are you looking forward to not going to?
Pennsylvania.
Well, why are you not wanting to go back to Pennsylvania?
It's Pennsylvania. Who likes Pennsylvania? Half the people that live there don't even like it.
Well, I've never really heard that, but all right. Well, I'm looking forward to going back to Pennsylvania. I like Pennsylvania. They got some of the best race fans around. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys in Pennsylvania done to him, but he definitely don't want to go back there.
It's a long way from home.
It's a long way from home. Well, we got John Boy Ivey here. He's behind the wheel, so he might be a little bit hard to talk to, but John Boy, what's your thoughts on what we're getting ready to jump in here in a few days with running Volusia with the Outlaws on Friday night?
I think it's a great deal. It's a good warm-up to see where the team is at. Got all our parts and pieces in right order, and hopefully we can go down there and have some speed with the car and just find some consistency and running the races down there this weekend.
Well, I think so. I think you're definitely nailed it on the head. We got to find some speed. We got to get qualified is a big thing. If we can't get qualified, then the racing makes the racing a whole lot tougher. But if we can qualify, I think we can race with the best of them. We just got to get where we can start up there, close to the front, starting 20th and that kind of thing with the aero, with the way these cars are and the way they drive behind other cars. It's just really hard to pass. So I think that you're definitely onto something. We got to have some speed for sure. I guess I should tell a little bit about John Boy. I've known John for about 25 years, or maybe a little bit longer than that now, maybe closer to 30. But when I drove the Comp USA 1A car that was out of Dallas, Texas, the owner was Chris Archer. John Ivey was a crew chief on that car. So that's how long we've known each other, and we're trying to twist John Boy's arm here to make him stay on full time, but it's been a little bit tough right at the moment. But you never know. We go down there and run well, he may just jump aboard and get back on the trail full time here. Well, Slip's from Washington State, by the way. And, we get to go out there later this year. We've had some success out there in the past with the 360 Slip. We're going to get to go back to Elma and Skagit and Willamette. The last time we went to Willamette, we swept the place, won both nights. So as far as all the racetracks back your home area, which ones are you really looking forward to get back out there?
Elma and Skagit, just because they're home, but they're all racetracks. I like going to every one of them.
Man, I'll tell you what, he is a man for words. He's got about enough words that he probably should just read it off his phone. But no, he said he wants to drink some cold beer. Well, he's going to have to do some work before he can drink any cold beer. But like I say, we're just heading down to Volusia now. I want to keep this kind of short. I don't want to drag this thing out. I listen to a few podcasts, and when they drag on, it gets kind of I don't know. I just don't want to listen anymore, I guess. And I don't want you guys to be like that. But anybody else got anything to add? Want to say anything, or before we let these people go?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, like I say, that was Slippy, a man for words. Not yet. But guys, I want to thank you for tuning in, and we're going to get way better at this. I promise you. This is the very first one. I posted on Facebook on Wayne Johnson Racing, and I shouldn't say I did that because I didn't do it. Sarah, she took care of that, and takes care of Wayne Johnson Racing's Facebook page, by the way. And we asked if you guys had any questions that you wanted to ask, and we're going to give a free something. I'm not even sure what she's giving away. Shirt, a hat, beanie, something. For the question we use every week. And one of the questions that we chose was Jeremy Pipes. He asked, what happened to the keys to the water truck a few years ago at Las Cruces, New Mexico? Wow. Well, Jeremy, I'm not really sure how you know this story, but I guess the cat's out of the bag now, so I might as well tell it. No, I'm going to try to make this short as possible, but it's kind of a long story. It was a 2-day show at Las Cruces, and the first day, the water truck guy overwatered the track so bad that in wheel pack, cars were crashing and just couldn't even drive around, and it was pathetic, really. And I had to drive off the track the opposite way. said to heck with this. I'm not going to tear up my stuff, whatever, you know. Anyway, so the next day, me and RJ Johnson was helping me at the time, and we were standing up at the track during the afternoon watching the water truck guy work the track and water it or whatever. And about the time that he got done watering, I thought, well, man, that looks like plenty of water there. We don't want him to overwater it tonight. So I told RJ, I said, hey, if you'll go steal the water key, the truck out of the keys out of that water truck, when that thing stops, I'll give you $100. Well, needless to say, we walked back to the trailer and went back to work. I don't know what I was doing. Next thing you know, RJ walks up in the trailer with the keys to the water truck. So I was like, well, I guess I owe you $100. Well, I put the keys in the trailer, and I don't know, about halfway through the night, the wind picked up, and it was blowing 40, 50 miles an hour, and that track dried out, I mean, severely. And I was like, oh, no, they don't have any keys to water the track. So I had to go give the keys. I got the keys out of the trailer and walked up to Emmett Hahn and said, hey, Emmett, here's the keys to the water truck. He said, they've been looking for those keys. I said, well, we didn't want them to overwater the track, so here you go. You can give them back to him. Or, boy, he wasn't very happy with me, and I'm not sure what the water truck guy ever said, but and I don't know if he ever told him that it was me that we were the one that stole the water truck keys. But anyway, that's kind of what happened there, Jeremy. I'm not really sure how you knew about it, but I'm sure that Sarah will get with you and get you something in the mail. Thanks for the question, by the way. That was a really good one. Before I let you go, though, I would really like you guys to go rate and review this podcast, and to make sure you subscribe. That way, you won't miss the next episode. You can catch up with us on the road anytime, or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or just search Wayne Johnson Racing. You'll come across something that we're doing. But well, I guess that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.